Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Sammy Leggy here, representing Team JVS. Here, you guys a movie review, and this is from the amazing Celine song. I'm talking about Materialists. So, Celine song directed one of my favorite films, maybe of all time, from an emotional depth standpoint and the intricacies of what it means for human relation and connection in a film called Past Lives. Now, the materialist, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of break it down for you. You have a character named Lucy. Lucy, played by Dakota Johnson, her job essentially is to partner people off and have them date and have them commune and have them hopefully get a lasting relationship that will lead to a wedding. And oh, for her, she looks at this as a business transaction. She looks at love as something that is, just not finite. I mean, it's something that happens, but it's not something that is truly interactional. It doesn't make sense. So one day she goes to one of the weddings for the people that she kind of paired off, and she just happens to see a guy named Pedro Pascal's character Harry, and Harry is the brother of one of the groomsmen. He's really dapper. He's assessing her. He's watching her. He's looking at her, and she's looking at him because he's got all the things that she wants. And I'll get into that vanity in a second. Because right before she tries to get something else, her old flame, played by Chris Evans' character, shows up, and he is the exact opposite. It's not more so about observation, it's a feeling, it's an emotion, it's a connection. You sense it the moment they look at each other. But unfortunately, he's a busboy. And at the same time, he is living with his friends, and he does not have any of the prospects that she really truly wants. She very much so is validated by the things that she knows that she wants, in the sense that she wants someone that is well off. She does not want to struggle. She's gone through all that. She understands the levels of what love means, but love is not going to equal happiness in the sense of continuously arguing. And ultimately, the reason why the relationship with Chris Evans' character John didn't work is because that he is a struggling actor, and he does not have the financial means to support himself or support her. Thus, you have the story. Now, this, I knew up front that this seems like the most commonplace story. I mean, we've seen this before, right? And then you kind of know that if Celine Song is the one that's directing it, then there's gonna be levels and depths to it. But I also didn't anticipate what I also got from the film as well, and I'm gonna go and break that down. So the film itself, if you look at a comparison between Past Lives and this film is much more happier. It's much more, at times more romantic. At times it's very funny. I think that one of the standouts in this film, honestly, is Chris Evans. I think it's more so like the levels of depth of his emotions and his heart and his devotion and just comedic timing is near perfect. I think that from a romance standpoint, um, Pedro Pascal he's slimmed down. He's looks like he is dapper. And I never normally say this in context, but the man is handsome. Like he this to me, this is the same man that played Joel from The Last of Us. I really truly could not like believe it, but he is playing that role, and I think that a lot of times where I see Dakota Johnson and him together, it honestly feels like true chemistry. Like they connect, and you really watch it in real time how they rationalize and communicate. The things that work with her and Chris Evans' character is that love in and of itself is something that is nonsensical. It isn't something, it isn't rational. Love isn't rational. And so all the different aspects of what it means for human connection, compromise, communication, watching and seeing what a person needs before they even can say it, they have it. So it's like they don't even need a lot of screen time. You can just feel it, like the connection is there. And I think that they play off of that really well. That's why I give a lot of credit to Trish Evans' character, because a lot of times it's without her. She actually Dakota Johnson's character does a really good job because a lot of the times it's really just her and Pedro throughout a good amount of the film. And the moments that are with Chris Evans, they're kind of fleeting, and there's a lot more volume to what they mean, because there's a history there. There's also some flashback scenes where they kind of sync this up as well. This was also scored by Daniel Pemberton. If you've seen the Spider-Verse films, he's amazing. Composer. And when the emotional moments do hit, and when there's moments of levity and balance, jazz, like you feel it all. Like you go through different ranges of emotions with the score in tandem with what the arc and the story that Celine's trying to go. I think that the way that they handle the relationship between Dakota Johnson and Pedro Pascal's characters from the first act to the second act are near perfect. And I think that the fluidity of how the story arc could go, it kept me guessing. It really did. The first two acts kept me truly guessing as to where it was going to go. And that's all for me. This is her movie in spades. And with the movie that, you know, by the numbers you've seen before, she was able to make it something different. She's make it something adorable and yet important and yet realistic. Because again, if you really truly understand, love is two different things. One is unrelenting, and at the same time is not rational. But true marriage and true commitment is a business transaction. It is relational. It does have merits to it, so that the person can be able to truly feel validated and understood and valued ultimately. And the movie goes through all those different aspects of it. It's beautifully shot. Like a lot of the scenes, whether it is them going to a restaurant or whether it's them going to a wide open space and the camera's just kind of pulling out and showing like a venue. Like whenever you see like something that's Pedro's, it's a wide shot. It shows how grand and how big it actually is. Whenever it's Chris Evans' character, it's always a close-up lens. It feels tight. It feels like it's a narrow margin. So it also has to focus a lot on his emotional connectivity, his ability to be able to command the scene without the scenery. And I love how she directs that. The only issue that I have with this film is I think that Pedro's character, through the third act, it kind of just stalls. It doesn't go anywhere. And I think that there was a little bit more complexity they could have taken with that. There's a character that I kind of mentioned in the beginning of this review, from referring to Zoe Winters. Zoe Winters' character, Sophia, she's got so much range. Zoe has so much range, and she has such a great connection with Dakota Johnson's character. And it like their scenes almost like steal or trump some of the other scenes with other characters. And I kind of felt like that was a missed opportunity, specifically towards the second to third act transition. And I think that the third act, it didn't do Dakota Johnson's character justice, because I don't really feel like the way that they kind of handled her progression was as complicated as it could have been. I think they really took a really quick out, and it made the movie round out itself. The movie itself is like a close, tight 2 hours, but I feel like it could have added a little bit more by turning it on its head. And I think that Dakota Johnson, when they in the first to second act transition, does such a great job. There's something that happens with her character, and it changes your perception of how she interacts. Like you feel like she's 2 to 3 different characters, and that is my credit to her. So the film itself is good. It's really good, but it's just not. It did not take the chances that I was hoping for. But that's not to say it's bad. I rest this honestly at an 8.5 out of 10. This is really freaking good. It's just if you're in the mood for like a romantic comedy, I think it's exactly what you want. I mean, in that respect, it's a 10 out of 10. But if you wanted something a little bit more emotionally complex and as much depth as Past Lives was, this is not necessarily that level. But it's definitely worth watching, and it definitely bodes some conversations and about love, partnership, communication that I think is really vital and important from a narrative perspective, and it's taken in certain ways that I think a lot of the old school '90s dramatic comedies tried to do. This does this from a modern interpretation and does it really well, specifically based on how the actors interact and interface with each other. So yeah, I want you guys to tell me what you think about it. That is my review for this film. I must have been really passionate about it because I didn't even show you guys all the things that I really wanted to talk about. But I will talk to you guys soon. We have a lot of coverage coming for Tribeca 2025, so go and check that out. In the meantime, go and check out Materialists. Yeah, there's a lot coming. I'll talk to you guys soon. Keep it locked. JVS, we ain't gonna stop. Peace, people.
Filing out the top of the
I can see the skyline, 50 mile radius on my timeline. Ain't nothing on my